Hi guys, today I am here to talk about something that I didn't know if I would see in my day, something that Canadian beauty lovers from East to West Coast have struggled with, have maybe even cried about, and that is Ulta. The promised land of the Americas. And they're now shipping to Canada. Very exciting times. I'd like to think I had something to do with this. In 2011, I was looking for my shade in the Revlon Color Stay Foundation. It came across the Ulta website and I was like, what is this? Drugstore makeup, high-end makeup, huge selection, and I went, put a whole bunch of stuff in my cart only to see that they did not ship to Canada. Wrote them an email, and 6 years later, here we are. You're welcome. Really exciting. I will link to the website down below, and when you go there, if you're Canadian, you'll be prompted. It'll give you more information on shipping so that you can kind of explore that on your own. It is free shipping over $100 Canadian. The prices are going to be a little bit higher. Keep that in mind. So for me, shopping on the Ulta website will be when there's an Ulta exclusive, be it a brand that's only available at Ulta or a brand that has released an Ulta exclusive product. But they also do, for example, for like NYX, Real Techniques, Essence, have a really wide range of products that can be hard to find here in Canada. So if you're a beauty junkie, if there's like one or two products that you've been dying to get your hands on, this is a really nice option. Be sure to sign up for their rewards program because their rewards actually reward you with money back to shop in store. And don't forget to sign up for Ebates. You will need to sign up for ebates.com, but if you're Canadian, you can still receive that cash back. Do not forget, you can do ebates.com and ebates.ca, whether you're Canadian or American. So today I'm going to be chatting about a few products that are available at Ulta, things that you may want to consider picking up, because when you log onto that website, it's going to be overwhelming, it's going to be a lot, it's going to be exciting, so hopefully this will help narrow it down for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, starting off with this guy, if you watch any number of YouTube videos, you know that everybody talks about Tarte Shape Tape, and I was so curious to try this. I was like, is it really any good? Is it that good? And it absolutely is. So full coverage. You can put on just like 3 little dots. Like I see some people like swipe it all under and like go for it, but I want to preserve this. So I put like 3 dots. You get such full coverage. It is a little bit matte, so you may not need to set it depending on your skin type. They've expanded the shade range, and I think that is just an absolutely amazing concealer, totally worth any of the hype. And if you are Canadian, you can purchase this on the Tarte website, but of course it is available at Ulta as well. Another one of my absolute must-haves is the Laura Geller Baked Highlight. This one is in the shade Gilded Honey, which if you love gold highlights, a warm highlight with no glitter in there, just like straight up beautiful glow, this one is so good. I've used so much of it, the swirl is starting to disappear. There's other shades depending on your skin type and what you prefer in a highlighter, but I think that this is absolutely beautiful. It is something that I reach for all the time. After I got it, I used it non-stop. I have not gotten bored of it, and it is totally one of my favorites, and I just love the formula. Laura Geller also makes really nice blushes, which I've never actually purchased, but I've felt them in store and they feel great, but this one is such a must-have. I've got a few products that I absolutely love from Ulta, and they're staples in my collection, and I always get sad when I mention it because it's not as easy for Canadians to get it. Another one is the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly Palette. This can be purchased on the Too Faced website if you're Canadian, but it is available at Ulta, and I really love this. I absolutely love the 2 warm matte shades in there. I love the gold, I love the metallics. I think that it's just beautiful. Great for travel because it comes in this tin, and it's slightly more affordable than some of the other palettes out there, although with the Canadian exchange it does get kind of pricey, but I think that this is great and just something, it's been out for a little while, so it may not come to mind to purchase it while you're on the Ulta website, but I definitely recommend considering it. One of the first brands that I ever fell in love with, unfortunately, is near impossible to find in Canada, and that is Lorac. I absolutely love the Lorac palettes. Lorac 1 was one of the first palettes I ever used quite consistently, and the gold in here is what totally sparked my love for gold shadows. It has mattes along the top, shimmers along the bottom. You can get a neutral look, you can get like a daytime matte look, you can go shimmery and dark and smoky. It is so versatile, and my love for the gold shade in that palette made me fall in love with this guy, and it is the Lorac Unzipped Gold. There's also a rose one, I think it is, and that has more rosy tones in here. But if you love brown and you love gold, it's not necessarily a super warm palette, but the golds in here are so metallic, so beautiful. The formula on Lorac shadows is quite powdery, but it is stunning. Blends like a dream, and I really love this. They are really soft though, so just be careful. And then I also do have the Lorac 2 palette. I'm not as passionate about this one, and it's not that it's bad quality by any means. It's just the selection of shades in here is not something that I really reach for that often. But if you do like cooler shades, again, you get those matte shades along the top, you get the shimmer shades along the bottom, and every time I open up this palette, I really like the selection of shades in here. I think it's really different, and I actually want to start a series on my channel where I break out old palettes and do like 2 or 3 looks in one video, so let me know if you'd like to see that. But I think it is a really nice palette. It's just not something I reach for on the everyday. Also from Lorac, I really love their cheek products. Honestly, I love everything that I've tried from this brand. I think it's quite underrated, but this is one of their Color Source illuminators, and then I also have a Color Source blush, I believe it is. This one is in the shade Twilight, and I'm wearing it on my cheeks today in combination with the Laura Geller Gilded Honey, but I actually picked this up about 2 weeks ago. No, sorry, I bought it a little while ago, but I picked it up again out of my collection about 2 weeks ago, and I've been loving wearing it. It's just, it has so much glow to it, but it just looks super natural on your skin at the same time. It's got a very, very fine, beautiful sheen on the skin, and I think it's so nice. There's like 4 different shades in the range depending on what you're looking for. And then I really love this blush as well. It's a perfect neutral. It was something I reached for a ton last summer after I purchased it. This one is in the shade Cinematic, and they've got a good selection of shades. This one here is matte, and they have shimmers as well, but honestly, if I was to recommend one brand to check out, because it is so hard to find in Canada, Lorac is fabulous. Also from Lorac is one of their Alter Ego lipsticks. I'm wearing this one today in Secret Agent. I've swatched their liquid lipsticks, their lip glosses. They feel amazing too, but I just didn't pull the trigger on them. This has a really nice selection of shades. I think the lip glosses are corresponding shades, so depending on what finish you like. But I really like that it shows you the shade in here. This is such a comfortable formula, full of pigment. It almost smells like the Too Faced chocolate bar palette, so it smells really nice, and it has really great wear time, really comfortable as well. On my face today, I'm wearing a new foundation, and I was at an Ulta about 2 weeks ago on a work trip. I had 10 minutes to run in, and I was in a total rush, every intention to pick up the Fiona Styles matte foundation. I got home, it's been sitting in the bag for a little while, and I broke it out this morning only to realize that I purchased the Luminous. That being said, I wore it with a mattifying primer, which I will mention shortly. But I'm really impressed. I'm still going to try and get the matte version, but this is the Fiona Styles Luminous Finish Foundation. I'm wearing it in the shade 8. If you'd like to see an Oily Skin Diaries on it, let me know, but this is my first time trying it today, and I really like it. Fiona Styles is a makeup artist, and the line is exclusive to Ulta. She has contour palettes, highlight palettes that people have raved about. They don't really seem to suit my skin tone, but I know people of a lighter skin tone really love them. Beautiful powders. The packaging is really nice. When I purchased this, it was actually on sale for $15, which is awesome. It is on sale on the Ulta website right now, so I'm not sure, but of course sign up for the Ulta newsletter, sign up for their rewards program, because I think their rewards program actually rewards you with money to purchase in store, unlike Sephora, which Sephora points to me, they're kind of useless, honestly. I want money back that I can use to purchase in-store more products, so you do get that with Ulta. So I don't have a ton of experience with this brand, but my 12-hour first impression, so far so good, especially for a luminous foundation. So if you do have dry skin and you're looking for something really luminous, you may not love this, but I need to try it out a little bit more, but it is a brand to keep an eye out for. The primer that I'm wearing today is from Neutrogena, and oddly enough, Neutrogena's skincare is very popular in Canada, but for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like the makeup is available. I've never seen it here. I've had to make mules out of my mother before, friends, to get this powder. I've been using this for years. It is the Neutrogena Shine Control Powder, and I really enjoy it. Good for blotting, good for setting my face, and I do find it helps mattify. And then more recently, I picked up the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer. It has a bit of a gritty texture, but I wore it today under that luminous foundation, and I think it really did help make a difference. I've worn it a few times now, and I've really been enjoying it. I do have the foundation as well, but I haven't really tested it, so I can't recommend it, but Neutrogena Cosmetics is on the Ulta website, and I do recommend these 2 Shine Control products. Another shine control duo that you may want to take a look at is from Soap & Glory. Their cosmetics are available at Ulta, and this is the One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. And some Soap & Glory is sold at Shoppers Drug Mart, but I haven't really seen much of the makeup consistently. And then the powder I really like from the line as well. Not totally sold on the foundation. I have a review, but I actually want to redo that review now that I have the powder and the primer to go with it and see how it reacts. It is really, really matte, and I did really like it when I first wore it, and then when I started wearing it more, I didn't love it as much. There's only 4 shades in the range, but it is something to check out. I mean, these are just my recommendations. It's more so like an overview and things to look out for on the website. Obviously, you don't need to take my recommendations, but these so far I have been liking. Another newer product to me that I've been enjoying that I'm not sure if it's going to be available on Sephora or not because it's not there. It is on the Clinique website and on the Ulta website are the BIY drops. I used these in a testing new makeup video and I had a shade that didn't really match me, but now I have been wearing the shade 150 and that's a way better match for me. And what I like about these is I do feel like they're mattifying. You can add them to a moisturizer, and I've tried adding them to moisturizers, primers, mattifying moisturizers, more not luminous moisturizers, but just more moisturizing moisturizers, if that makes sense. And I feel like no matter what, it had a really good wear time on me. I love the convenience. I do feel like they're buildable. A lot of these drop foundations that have come out, I haven't really felt like they're really that buildable, but I really do feel like there's a ton of pigment in here. That being said, they're quite expensive and you don't get a ton of product, but I have been liking them. Makeup Revolution is another brand available at Ulta, but you can purchase from their website and ship to Canada. Something that I really love from them and highly recommend you pick up are the Matte Revolution blushes. I have the shade New Rules, which is like a really fun, beautiful, springy color. And then I also have the shade Fusion, which is like a little bit more muted and peachy. These are really nice. You get tons of product in here, very smooth, quite pigmented, but still blendable. And I just really appreciate a good drugstore blush because they can be hard to come by. If you're a lover of very vibrant blushes and you want something gorgeous and fresh for spring, summer, you gotta get this one. It is from Urban Decay and only available in the United States for whatever reason. Mine is cracked, but it's in the shade Quiver, and this is just so beautiful. I love this kind of shade on my eyes, I love it on my lips, and now I love it on my cheeks. I think it's such a fresh, springy color. Looks very intimidating in the pan, but once you put it on your cheeks, it just gives such a beautiful flush. You look so awake, and this with like a lip gloss and a ton of mascara, it can really be a standout kind of piece in your makeup look, or you can kind of tone it down depending. Don't be scared of blushes like this. If you don't like it, you can wash it off. Don't worry about it. But as I've mentioned before, I challenge you to step outside of the box and try something new, and this blush is stunning. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you are going to be shopping at Ulta, if there's any products that I missed that you recommend. Keep in mind that not every product on the American side is going to be available on the Canadian side. They will tell you that before you check out. Also, let me know if you have ordered since it's gone live and what your experience was with the shipping and things like that, because I have yet to order. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!